This lesson we're going to take a look at the verb and verb constructions. This is where students make the most mistakes. Now obviously the easiest way to solve a problem with a verb construction is to look in your monolingual dictionaries. However, there are a couple of pitfalls that you as students need to be aware of. And also, you can't always look in your monolingual dictionary during an exam because that takes up too much time. So let's see if we can go through some of the typical pitfalls, and I can show you where you're most apt to make mistakes. So rarely does a sentence consist of just a subject and a verb. For example, I smile. The verb is often accompanied by several elements, some of which are necessary to complete its meaning. So let's take a look at these sentences. The first sentence, I bought a sandwich. Verb, bought, plus object, sandwich. Second sentence, I gave her my sandwich. You have a verb plus a double object. Next sentence, I told her to buy me a sandwich. We have a verb plus an object plus an infinitive. I told her that I like sandwiches. Verb plus object plus that clause. I thought about buying a sandwich. Verb plus ing form. The sandwich originated in the USA in 1854. We have a verb plus two prepositional phrases. So let's see if we can go through some of the pitfalls. The first pitfall is the double object. Some verbs can be followed by two objects, which is normally called a direct object and an indirect object. I made her a sandwich. I made myself a sandwich. Can you bring me a sandwich from the deli? In these sentences, we have the pattern indirect object plus direct object. So the indirect object here is a person, and the direct object is an object, a thing. It is possible in some cases to reverse the order of objects. However, the pattern is a direct object plus what we call a prepositional object. Can you give her the sandwich? That pattern is your indirect object, her, the sandwich, direct object. However, if you reverse it, can you give the sandwich to her? Direct object, the sandwich, to her, your indirect object. Or here in this case, it's a prepositional object. You have to add the to there. You can't say, can you give the sandwich her? That doesn't work. I made you a sandwich. I made a sandwich for you. Once again, we have that prepositional object for you. You can't say, I made a sandwich you. Now we have some problems with objects. The following common academic verbs cannot have their objects reversed with a prepositional object. So, allow, ask, cost, deny, forgive, guarantee, permit, and refuse. So forgive us our trespasses versus forgive our trespasses to, for, or by us. That doesn't work. All right, the first sentence works. The second sentence doesn't work. That's what that asterisk means. That cost the USA a lot of money versus that costs a lot of money to or for the USA. That second sentence doesn't work either. Next sentence, the court permits him regular contact with his children versus the court permits regular contact with his children for or to him. Right? That doesn't work either. So in all of these verbs, you cannot reverse the direct object, indirect object. You cannot take that indirect object and make it a prepositional object. Second problem with objects, the following common academic verbs can only have a second object if this is a prepositional object with to. So admit, announce, describe, demonstrate, explain, introduce, mention, point out, prove, report, say, and suggest. She explained the situation. We have a verb and an object. She explained the situation to me versus she explained me the situation. Right, the second sentence, or the second part of the second sentence, she explained me the situation. That doesn't work. She explained the situation to me. You need that prepositional object there, and it only works with the prepositional objects. And other verbs occur with prepositional object. The report presents the results of the study. The report presents the results of the study to Congress. The report presents Congress with the results of the study. So if you have Congress as that object, you have to put the with. Presents Congress with the results of the study. And those are the things you need to watch out for when you use or when you have verbs with two objects. Thank you.